Welcome back to the cottage and to my little channel here where I talk about all my crafty little endeavors. I haven't finished too much lately. That's why it's been such a while since I've last recorded. But I have a few little things and I thought I'm going to hop on here real quick before it gets too out of hand, the length of time that I've recorded. But I have enjoyed all of your little notes along the way telling me you missed me, and I've missed you too. I love this. If I could do this every day, like, that would be so much fun. Just communicating back and forth. But unfortunately, there's this little thing, or fortunately, there's this little thing called life, and it kind of gets in the way of all the fun, crafty things every now and then. Since I've last recorded, I don't even know when. I didn't even set to calculate what all has happened since then. I do know it's kind of been, I've had some health issues since the 1st of September, and finally got everything figured out. We hope and think and pray. So right now I'm good, and time will tell, but that has altered a lot of what I've been doing craft-wise, because I just didn't feel up to doing much. And when I would do something, I would just do a little bit and then stop, and a lot of reading during that time. So I've got a few things in my book bag later, and then TV watching. I didn't even really, haven't been outside much until the last couple weeks. And now I'm trying to play catch up from the long hot summer, and so I've been pressure washing, and it's like, oh, it's like taking a little eraser and going up and down the whole driveway and sidewalks and porches, but it looks so good. So I've been doing that. That's fun. I'm glad you probably are happy to know that. But so yeah, I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done much. I did have my birthday. Thank you for all of the kind, sweet birthday wishes. So many made me laugh. So many made me smile. And thank you. Of course, you were prompted by me. I like to celebrate my birthday the whole month. My friends always say happy birthday week month to me, because I like to celebrate a long time. I mean, you know, if you're wonderful, you're wonderful. You know, you just want the world to know it. So I told all of you that you could feel free to wish me happy birthday, and you took me up on that offer, and thank you. Thank you to all of my new subscribers and all of my new followers on Instagram. That has spiked lately, and so thank you for that, and welcome here to my cottage. Like I said, it's just mainly a crafting podcast, and crafting. I like to say crafting because if you back up to my very first episode, I think it was, I explained that to you, how all my European or British friends say the word craft, and I think it sounds so much nicer than craft. So I've adopted it into my language, and I now say craft. And someone told me that it's really the southern part of the UK that says that. So I'm in the southern part of the United States, so I thought that was fitting as well. So, yeah. So let's get started into what is out of my bags. And one of the things, as you can tell, I am wearing it, and I need to take it off because it's a bit warm in here. This is the Autumn Hippie Shawl by Christy at Yarn Cafe Creations. And I loved this shawl. It's not as big as I thought it would be. Oh. But it's big enough. It definitely wraps around quite nicely. Beautiful detail work. I did not get bored doing this shawl at all. I definitely could knit this again. It was that much fun. Each section I really enjoyed. I think there was one section, probably this one here. I'm not much of a baubles person as far as making them. I like the look, so I'm glad it's incorporated in now that I'm finished, and I'm also thankful that it was just a small section. But I did this, and what I used, all of these yarns I bought at my last yarn trip to Black Mountain Yarn Shop, which was in the first part of September. My niches and I went up there. So they're random. Some of them are hedgehog fibers. Some of them are, I don't know. They're just random. Several of them are hedgehog. Like this right here is cereal. I know that is cereal. That's about the only, and this is rust, but I think that's by House of a la Mode. But I thought they were very pretty fall colors. They were close to the colors that Christy used in her pattern, and that's the kind of girl I am. So, I mean, like, part of the attraction to a pattern, for the most part for me, is the colors that they use. They pull me in, and then I start looking. Sometimes it's not, but I do like to imitate. The best form of flattery. I do like to imitate makers in their makes. So that is the Autumn Hippie Shawl, and you will enjoy knitting it. I actually pulled other colors from my stash to knit some more, but right now I put them back. I'm going to, I have so many things I want to knit before I start repeating. So I thought I would just hold up on that. So that is out of my bags. And then this I just finished this week. It is called the Compass Shawl, and it's by Very Shannon. Yes, Very Shannon. I used stash. I just pulled, this is not the perfect colors for me. I really like the colors that Shannon used in her shawl, the really neutral. But I didn't have anything, and I've got to start using some of my stash. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a picture of the majority of my stash. That is not all of it, but it is the majority of it. I have to start using it. So rather than order some, I thought I would use what was in my stash. And this is the Compass Shawl, and it is nice and big. I used, the gray is this classic alpaca that I had in my stash. And then the green is, I have some of it left, probably enough to do a hat. The green is this. I bought this years ago at, let me see if I can, it was in Asheville on a yarn trip with some knitters. Yarn Paradise. They're not even open anymore. They were over in the Biltmore Village. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. So I pulled that from my stash. I am so happy that I did that. I feel so, I don't know, it's cleansing to do something from stash. And I want to make sure I have this on the right side. But it is a beautiful, beautiful, subtle print or subtle pattern to it. I am going to wear this quite a bit. I wear a lot of denim, so I think that is so pretty. And like I said, it's big and it's alpaca, so it's I think both of them, yeah, they're both alpaca. Excuse me, they're both. Oh, it's just luscious. It is just like butter. Oh, I love it. So I'm very happy with this one. I just love the print to that, how subtle it is. So that is out of my bags. That is the only two things that I have out of my bags. However, I have started some new projects, of course, like you do. I am knitting up the, so we're going into in my bags right now. So I am all in, I think I've told you before, I'm all into a Space Tricots podcast and their knits. Those two can pop out some patterns, but I'm doing Melissa's pattern Turtledove. I know everybody and their brother is doing Turtledove, but oh my goodness, it is one of those things. I've just gotten started. I started this weekend. So today is Monday. I think I started Friday It may have been Thursday, but I haven't knit that much on it because I've been pressure washing. But this is the Turtledove. So this is the that was the back of it. This is the neck, and then so we're going down to the shoulders, and it's the raglan style. And my cables on my needles are not that long. It's time to switch them over, but so I can't hold it out as far down as I am. But look at that yarn. I want to get it accurate. There's a little bit of a shadow there. This right here is probably pretty accurate. All the tonals in it. Okay, this is my stash, and this, gosh, it was so long ago. I used to work at a yarn shop down the road, and I worked for Yarn, and it's since then been bought by a different owner, and of course I no longer work there. But you know, such thing as grandbabies came along, and then I decided I didn't want to be at the yarn shop one day a week. I wanted to, and I worked on Fridays. I wanted to be home with shopping with my grandbabies. So what I'm using is it's a Cascade, if you can believe it. It's the Cascade Eco, and I don't even know how long I've had it. Maybe, okay, so Natalie's 9. I bet I've had it 10 years in my stash. I'm hoping and praying that I have enough. I should. If I didn't do gauge on this because I was going to knit it in something else. But that yarn I had bought to make another sweater with, a cardigan, and I really wanted to make it. I wanted to use the yarn for the pattern I bought it for. So I went looking in my stash and I found this, and I thought, well, it's chunky, it'll work. And so I just started knitting it. I don't know what it is, but usually I knit to gauge to whatever the needle and the pattern call for, as long as I have the same amount of yarn or the same weight of yarn. If they say use a size 10 on a chunky to get this, I usually get that. So I took a chance. I never start a sweater or any garment that needs to be fitted. I never do that without gauge. But what I thought I would do is get to the end of the raglan and then try it on. And if it doesn't fit at that point, then I'll just rip it back. It's that enjoyable. It's on chunky. It's on size. These are 10.5s. I do think she called for 10.75, but I didn't have that one, and my 11s were on something, so I went with this. But so all my little stitch markers are fall themed because you know I'm the fall kind of girl. But there's little pumpkin, and I think there's another little pumpkin. And I would like to give credit to whoever made these, but to be honest with you, I can't remember. I also have this little mushroom, it's a little orange. I don't know if it's coming out orange on the screen. And then this I do know is a Harry Potter themed, from one of Molly from a homespun house. It was in one of her sock clubs that I did. I love her yarns. I love her kits. I love her sock clubs. So I thought Harry Potter was fitting for fall. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, so I am stumbling through the books very slowly, which I know is sacrilegious to some of you. My daughter is one. She has read them all so many times and watched the movie so many times. Now she's reading them to her daughters, and they watched a movie this weekend, and I'm just not that into it. But anyway, enough about that. This is the Turtledove by Melissa of A Space Tricot, and all of their patterns are free, if you can believe that. I mean, talk about generous. But I'm loving it. I can't wait. Hopefully, this will be finished by the next time I podcast, and I will be wearing it. I love it. Love the color. I love everything about it. Right now, it's so teeny tiny. It's in this bag by Renee from Lowell Originals. She's on Etsy. I think that's so pretty. And really, it's just like for a sock pouch. But I have one pair of socks on the go, and they're already in a bag. So I've been shoving this down in here and throwing it in my purse as I head out the door to wherever, so I can take it with me. But we've about outgrown this, so I'm going to have to move on to another bag, which is not going to be a problem, because you know I love, love, love bags. You want to just look at that for a little while? She has great prices, great bags, great craftsmanship, and it's Lowell Originals on Etsy. And I will put that down so that you can go check her out and tell her Joyce sent you. Okay, so there's that. That is the only thing that I'm actively working on. I've got the blanket up by my bed, and I've got some socks, and I've got yarns pulled for different things, but I haven't actually started anything else. But I want to show you something that I'm going to do, and I did not write down. Yes, I did. Okay. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that we just did a giveaway from Swamp Bunny Fibers. They are in Hendersonville, Asheville area here in North Carolina, in the mountains. I love their yarn. I've met them at Black Mountain Yarn Shop. They were doing a trunk show, and so I bought their yarn and did the Best Friend Shawl. I never can remember the name of that, but anyway, I did a shawl out of it, and you probably remember back a few episodes, and loved their yarn. Well, they contacted me and wanted to give me wanted to send me something and a giveaway as well, and so I did that giveaway. Paris Knits won. Patricia from out in California, congratulations. I know you're going to love their yarn. But they also sent me, this yarn. It's called Lakemont, and it is 80% superwash merino and 20% silk, and there is 600 yards on this skein. It is fabulous. Oh my lands, I cannot wait to knit this. Okay, so immediately I went on Ravelry because I needed to find something to knit with it. And I found a pattern. It was in my favorites already, and it's called Lavetta by Amba O'Brien. And it was already in my favorites, but it's knit in yarn that almost looks like this. So, and it's a big shawl, obviously, because I would need more than 600 yards of this color. So I jumped on Etsy, because they are on Etsy, so you need to go check them out as well. I promise you, you will love their yarn. I went on and bought another one because I needed more. And then I had this in my stash. So this is the color that I'm going to do the Lavetta shawl with. However, since it is not cast on yet, I can't get over the fact that I have 1,200 yards of this. I could do a sweater. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? That would be perfect for on the beach, because I just did on the beach, but I striped it. If you'll remember, I striped it with a brown from Evil Little Goats, and then a speckled, I can't remember, I think it's hedgehog, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But then I think, oh, this would, because I love that sweater. I love the makeup of it. This would be so pretty with that. So I don't know. It's either going to be a shawl, the Lavetta shawl, or it's going to be a sweater. Since I have so many sweaters lined up, I'm probably going to go ahead and do this as a shawl, and then I'll have enough left over to do something else. Maybe for my grandies. But it's so pretty. Look at those colors. It's so rich. Again, this colorway is the Lakemont. Lakemont. So, that's kind of in my shopping bags, in my bags. Well, no, it would have been in my gift bags because this was gifted to me. This is stash. This was gifted. This is shopping. So, it's gift bags, shopping bags, in my bags. A little of all three. Perfect, perfect, perfect colors. Gosh, I love that chocolate that's in it. Okay. So, that will be, it'll be something by my next podcast. It'll be something started by my next podcast. That's for sure. Okay, so that is all that's in my bags. This may not be that long of a podcast because like I said, I haven't done that much as in crafting. So we're just going to move right along. We've done out of my bags, we've done in my bags. And so since that was kind of shopping bags, let's just transition. You know what? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to save that for last. Gift bags. Okay, so that was Swamp Bunny. Let me show you what else they sent me while you're checking their stuff out. You may want to get one of these. This is a moleskin. Their moleskin. Is that not adorable? I love that. Just a little notebook. Because you need one of these in your Notions pouches. They sent me that. And speaking of Notions pouches, now this wouldn't fit in this one, but they sent me this adorable Notions pouch. I've never seen one round like this. And look, there's a little bunny on the back. I'm telling you, the detail of their work, the craftsmanship. But inside of it's so special. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? So inside of it, I'm keeping this treasure, which I've talked about before. And actually, one of you won a Tucker Dory, and you won it. This is Bed of Roses. It's her bohemian necklace that has your stitch markers and everything on it. So you can just wear it. And then your knitting, when you need stitch markers or progress keepers, they're just right there with you. This is one of my favorite pieces of knitting jewelry. So I keep that in this little special pouch. So that I know where it is at all times. But that was so sweet. Thank you, Sarah Umbani, so much. I really appreciate your kindness and your thoughtfulness. But yeah, go check them out. And one of the things, I keep seeing it as I'm sitting here, my little shirt. A friend of mine, I met her through the podcast. She's actually a moderator on the group on Ravelry that I fail. But Sherry from Twisted Dye Kitchen sent this to me for my birthday. She had a friend do that. I think that's so adorable. But, yeah, and Sherry also dyes and spins and rug hooks and everything. And she has an Etsy shop that you'll want to check out as well. But she's very, very talented. So thank you, Sherry. I love this. I love you. She has become a very, very dear friend of mine. All right. So another thing in my shopping bags, and it's not going to stay mine. I bought it. I ordered it, and because a friend's birthday is coming up, or actually it's past. We're celebrating tomorrow, and so I ordered it for her. But when it came, I really liked it. I've never ordered from. I have Ritual Dyes backpack that I love, and so I ordered this yarn for a friend of mine. Isn't that pretty? There, that's good. I ordered her that. So I just, even though it's not mine, I thought you might want to see some of their yarn. Very beautiful. And I ordered her a pattern to go with it. So that'll be her gift. And that's in my shopping bags. Now, let's do my shopping bags. Okay. This is fun. Are you ready? I have two things that I am over the moon about. I am a bag lady. I think I mentioned on Instagram. That's why all my segments are bags related, like in my bags, out of my bags, shopping bags, gift bags, because I have a big problem with bags. I can't fill it. So I'd seen one similar to this on, let me take out this other bag. Zip it up. I'd seen one similar to this online, and so I had to order it. But this is the Attenti Overnighter. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, puff it out. It's not full. But I am so in love with this bag. I ordered it, and I thought that this, I custom ordered it, and this was supposed to be Chanel, because I'd seen Chanel fabric. I had seen that on online, and so that's what I wanted. And so, yes, they guaranteed me it would be Chanel fabric. They custom order it for me, and then it came with this, and when I questioned her, she said this is the Chanel pattern. Makes no sense to me. However, I like this print, and I'm keeping it rather than cause more of a fuss. She wasn't very happy. Not Attenti. They're wonderful. What I should have done, and I didn't even think, is I should have ordered it through Black Mountain Yarn Shop. I should have custom ordered it. Where my brain was, I do not know. But I ordered it from somewhere else, and they were not the kindest of people to deal with. They were very kind when they were taking my money and custom ordering it. However, when it came in and I asked, is this my bag or did you send me the wrong bag? She was not very customer friendly. She just kept reiterating it's a custom order, it's a custom order. I wasn't asking to refund it. I wasn't asking for a discount. I was just asking, did you send me the wrong bag and send my bag off to someone else? So rather than fight it, I liked the bag, and so I just thought I would keep it. I'd like to tell you who it is, so that you would never order from them. But I guess I'm not that type of person. But if you message me, message me and I'll be glad to tell you who it is. And put it this way. If you're going to custom order an Attenti bag, do it through Black Mountain Yarn Shop. I promise you, you will be happy and you will be thrilled. And everybody needs an Attenti bag. This came too. This was an extra, this little pouch, Notions pouch. I guess I'll carry my some cosmetics in it or something, because that is a travel bag. But I'm so happy with it. It's a little flamboyant, but I can be that way sometimes. You think? Okay, that is the first amazing bag. Then this is, and I did post this on Instagram in case you saw it. I gotta be careful, I don't want to bump. Okay, this is the Great Lystra backpack. Zip that up. This is, I don't know what color they call this, but it's an amazing red. And that's why I needed the red, because of the holidays. I figured I could carry this from November through February. I mean, I could carry it in June if I wanted to. But, you know, because when you love bags and you collect so many bags, you can color coordinate them. And that's what I do. So don't judge me. This is the red. And it comes... Okay, you can carry it like this, or it's also a backpack. It also comes with this project pouch, which is large enough in and of itself to carry so much. There's nothing in it right now except for my little kitty puppy fish. But it comes with grommets, pockets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets on one side, like for, they're the straight up and down, like for needles, pins, whatever. And then the side pocket, and then the grommets. So it comes with that. Then inside, it comes, I mean, this thing is huge. It could, okay, I'm going to show you one of the bags that I have down in here. And this was another gift from my friend Sherry. She made it for me for my birthday. Got some yarn stuck in them. Okay, so she made me. Okay, so this big bag is in there. She made me this. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this is chock full of yarn for a sweater or a cardigan I want to do. So this fits down in there. That's so pretty. Okay, that fits down in there. Plus, I had this full. I was doing my compass shawl, so this was all in here, and it was tacked down in here. I had my iPad in here. I had a big, thick bookazine with the pattern for the cardigan in here, and I still had easily zipped it and could put other stuff in there if I wanted to. But it has such big pockets and other pockets with grommets. It is a knitter's dream backpack. I will show you the Lystra. And like I said, I got this from Black Mountain Yarn Shop. They are the only retailer as of now in the U.S. So if you're stateside and you want one, you know, you can order, but shipping would be more. So you can order it from Donna at Black Mountain Yarn Shop. But it's beautiful. Oh, and then there's on the outside, there's this notions pouch. And I had it full of notions when I was carrying my project with it. So those are my two big expenses lately in my shopping bags. I don't have anything else coming that's expensive. But it was my birthday month. So I got to treat myself right. If I don't treat myself right, how's everybody else going to learn how to treat me? You know, like, that's my philosophy. If my husband sees me treating myself right, he's going to know she needs treated right. Works for me. I think you ought to give it a try. Okay. That is all that's in my shopping bags. Now, I say that, but you know what? I'm looking at my phone right here. Look at my new little case. I bought that. That's Society 6. Is that not adorable? Oh, that was not much. I just looked down and saw it. Okay. Next, we'll move right on into my book bags. And I have been reading this. I started this first book. I read it when I was a senior in high school. I hadn't read it since, so I kind of forgot. I remembered it being very good, and I remembered thinking within the last 6 months, I want to read Rebecca. I want to read Rebecca. I want to reread it. And so, by Daphne du Maurier. And so, on Instagram, I follow, I think her handle is Erin.Smith. She's a big bookie. And I follow her, and she's asked if her followers would be interested in reading this and then doing a book club discussion type on private message. And of course, I jumped in on it. This book is so complex. It's so good. It's so complex. But in the discussion, it was even more complex than I even picked up on reading it. How the author has projected her life into one of the characters, not Rebecca, but another character. Well, I guess Rebecca too. Anyway, it's so good. I am not going to go into all the description of it, but you need to read it if you are a book lover. It's just, I was trying to, if I could find a really quick snippet. So the second Miss Maxim de Winter remembered the chilling events that led her down the turning drive past the beaches. This is in a dream, white and naked, to the isolated gray stone manse on the windswept Cornish coast. With a husband she barely knew, the young bride arrived at this immense estate, only to be inexorably drawn into the life of the first Mrs. de Winter, the beautiful Rebecca, dead but never forgotten. And it is so, so, so good. Just take my word for it. It's good. And then I read this book. She is a local author here in Charlotte, Secret Sisters by Joy Calloway. And I'd never read her book, but for one of the gifts I sent the girl, Sherry, who got this, is a book from a local author. And so I sent her this book, and we were going to read it together. I forgot to ask her if she's read it. Sherry, I'm finished. But it's about a secret society back in the 1800s, I believe, at a college where they're not allowed, men have their fraternities, but the women are not allowed to have anything like that. So they are it's about a secret society of women who are beginning to explore that. And it's just really a fun read. If you're into that genre, I get that era, I guess, is some people aren't into those eras, but I found it to be enough. I enjoyed it enough to share it with you. Then, okay, so this book here. Okay. This book, I had to put a book cover on because I'm sending it off to a friend of mine to read. And I will show you the name of the book. So it is about a book club that reads dirty books. And they put book covers on their books so other people won't see what they're reading. And so I'm sending it to one of my girlfriends. We're actually in a book club together. She listened to where I told you I read 50 Shades of Grey. She read it with me. And so when I picked this book up, I told her, I said, I've got a book I'm going to send to you, but I'm going to put a book cover on it because, you know, I just thought it would be a cute thing to do. It's a good book, though. I mean, it's more about the lives of the women in the Dirty Book Club, even though they do read dirty books. It's funny. It's a modern day read. So if you are not persnickety and judgmental and you just want to have fun and I read such a gambit of books. I mean, you might find the Dirty Book Club right beside a Jesus book. I mean, I'm just really very eclectic. I mean, like, I do need those t-shirts that say, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little, or I love Jesus, but I drink a little. I mean, you know. So, if you buy that book, you may just want to make yourself a little book cover so that you won't be judged. I didn't. I just read mine, but I did find that every time I laid it down, I turned it upside down. So I figured if my grandkids found it, they just think, well, only one of them can read, and is old enough to read, I should say. I thought she would just think it was a dirty book, not dirty book. And I figured if my daughters or my husband saw it, well, I really didn't care, but so I didn't make a cover for mine. I did, but I did turn it upside down. Now that you know a little more about me, I've probably gotten a bunch of thumbs down right there when I said that this book would be right beside my Jesus book. But I don't care. Okay. That is all that's in my bags. But let me show you one thing that I have been working on. This has taken a lot of my time recently. I'm the type of person that, you know how long it took me to do my quilt? Well, it takes me that long to do my paint by numbers. I think I started this paint by number in the spring. Maybe. It may have been longer than that. And so I've just been working on it a lot lately, and I'm loving working on it so much. So that is what has been taking a lot of my time. When I'm not knitting and not reading, I've been working on this paint by number. And it is called Lakeside Village. But it's so pretty, and I've just really, really, really enjoyed it. This one is a little more different than some of mine because they've had me shade colors, mixing and shading colors, and I haven't done that too much. So, yeah, that is the paint by number I've been doing. I ordered this kit off of Amazon. That's what it's supposed to look like in the end. But I ordered that one through Amazon. So, that's it. We're like 40 minutes in. That's pretty good, considering I had nothing to talk about. I'm getting ready to go to Disney for, I think we're going to be there like 8 days. And so that's one of the exciting things coming up. Also, our youngest daughter is pregnant and due in March, and we find out this week if it's a boy or a girl. I'm excited about that. She already has a boy, so part of me thinks, oh, he needs a brother, but then part of me thinks, oh, she needs a girl, and so I really don't care. As long as it's healthy and a good, happy baby, we're fine either way. So that's exciting. Halloween's tomorrow night. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's in 2 nights. That's always fun around here with the Grandies. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I do enjoy watching them have fun. And then the World Series is wrapping up. I'm a big baseball fan, and yeah, that's been fun. Oh, no, it wrapped up last night. I think yeah, it's over. You know, the reason why I'm so messed up is because this blasted game started so late in the evenings, and I was asleep by the end of most of them, but I did stay awake last night. No, I didn't. I didn't. That's why I'm so confused today, because I did not stay awake. When the Red Sox were so far ahead, I decided I didn't need to stay up. And then I woke up and I decided, oh, I want to see the celebration, and I'd already missed it. So that's over and done with. Which is good, because Wednesday night being Halloween, I would have missed some of it, and I wouldn't have liked missing some of it. So, I say I wouldn't like, but I just said I fell asleep during most of it. You know what? I think I need some caffeine. So I'm going to go enjoy my cuppa and my Black Mountain Yarn Shop pottery mug. My Forever Nuts David's tea. I'm going to go enjoy that. It's still warm. So I'm going to enjoy that and knit. And maybe my mind will come back to the living and be normal for the rest of the day. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. I haven't. So, happy knitting. In all you do, remember to take it one stitch at a time. Thank you for watching.